how to legally start your business in 11 steps. But first, a disclaimer.
Please note that I'm not a lawyer, pretending to be one by any shape, or form. The information presented in this video is not legal advice and should not be taken as such. Also, this information should not substitute your lawyer or legal representative's advice on the matter being discussed. Conduct your research and speak to a professional attorney or CPA in the matter when you're ready to implement any policy or tax initiative for your business. Please be advised that the information below is educational purposes, and I am not liable or responsible for any additional or related to the use of this information.
And now that we got all the legal disclaimer out of the way, now we could go ahead and introduce ourselves, or better yet, I'll introduce myself, and then you could introduce yourselves in the comments so we could chit chat later. Now, hola mi gente bella y bienvenidos a mi canal. My name is Sandra if this is your first time here, and welcome to my channel. In this channel, I'll be speaking and you'll be learning about everything high-end or luxury candle making business tips. So, before we dive into today's video titled How to Legally Start Your Business in 11 Steps, we must first define what's an LLC, sole proprietorship, and DBA, so we can be on the same page as I go through the steps in this video. So first, let's discuss what's an LLC, or Limited Liability Corporation. An LLC gives you the benefits of a corporation, but it's easier and cheaper to run. Some benefits include: 1, you're not personally liable for any debts incurred by your LLC business or most business-related lawsuits, which means that you cannot be sued for your personal assets if your business is sued. Number 2, in 2018, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act created the pass-through tax deduction, which is an income tax deduction of up to 20% of your net business income earned or lost. And number 3, we had more, but I only chose to do number 3 because those were the ones that pertain to my business. And 3, it gives your business credibility with the government, the public, and other businesses. In the state of Florida, you can either be a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC. A single member LLC has the benefits of an LLC, but it's owned by one person. The multi-member LLC is when the business is owned by 2 or more persons. What differentiates a single member LLC from a multi-member LLC is how they file for taxes. More on this later. The cost to start your LLC will vary by your state, and I will tell you how much it was for me in the state of Florida when we get to that section. Now, let's move on to the second one, which is a sole proprietorship. And this is mostly what a lot of small business owners tend to start off with. A sole proprietorship. And being a sole proprietorship means that you are your own business and you own all of the assets as an individual. You're also personally liable for all debts and lawsuits, which means that your home, your car, your personal bank accounts, and all valuable assets can be included in a lawsuit if you incur one. It doesn't cost anything to be a sole proprietorship, and when filing for taxes, you will add your business losses or revenue with your personal taxes. You need to check your state sole proprietorship filing status so that you'll know exactly how much you'll have to pay as your taxes when you are ready to do that. So our last definition for this section is doing business as, or DBA. It's any registered name that a business operates under, but it isn't its legal business name. A DBA is sometimes called a trade name, a fictitious name, or an assumed name. Depending on your state, you don't need a DBA to run a business, as it doesn't follow a legal business structure, nor does it protect your business from anything. This is simply used by businesses as a branding feature. So, why would you need a DBA? 1, if you want your main business that has an LLC to branch out into another business. For example, your main business is selling candles, but you want to also sell wholesale through a private labeling and don't necessarily want to use your LLC business name or start another business under a new LLC and pay another cost to begin a new LLC, then this option is for you. Another one, which would be my second reason why would you start a DBA, is if you're a sole proprietorship and want to run your business as something other than your personal name. The only benefits to having a DBA is that you can open a bank account under the business name because you are associated with that business. Okay, now with the definitions out of the way, let's dive into today's video. How to legally start your business. Step number 1, choosing your business name. And I know I said this before in many other videos, but this is important in order for you to legally start your business. And you must choose a business name and make sure that that business name is the name that you like and are in love with, because if you register your business with that name and go through all the steps, then decide you want to change you'll have to repeat the entire process and pay the fees associated with the steps provided all over again. And I'm sure you don't want to do this because we're all about saving them coins, and Lord knows that being a luxury candle maker is expensive as it is already, and we don't need to be wasting any more unnecessary money on things that we could have avoided from the beginning. So take your time with this first step to make sure that the name that you chose for your business is the name that you are in love with, and that's the one that you want. Number 2, search to see if your business name is available for use, or better yet, no one has that name. Do a Google search for the name. If it's taken, try another name, and if not taken, then you're good to go. However, it is very good to do a DBA business name search, just in case, to see if it's not taken. Just Google the business name you've decided for your business, and if there's a listing that comes up, then you can't use that name. Step número 3. Purchase a domain name from GoDaddy. And why GoDaddy? First, because it's cheap, and second, because you can easily transfer your domain name from GoDaddy to any website provider or platform, or you can get it from Shopify if you're using Shopify as your business website platform. Also, on the same note, make sure that you get a professional email address such as info@yourbusinessname.com instead of your business name at gmail.com or yahoo.com or hotmail.com or AOL.com or any other .com there is aside from your business name. Some people may say that a Gmail account is professional, but I beg to differ. Just think about your favorite store, and when you want to email them, they don't use a Gmail account. They use their business name as their domain for their email account. It costs about $12 to $15 a month, or you can pay for this a year, and that's what I did. I'm paying a yearly fee for my domain name. Okay, step número 4. Get a postal address. Get a post office mailbox or UPS mailbox or virtual mailbox, because you will need it when you register your business so that your personal home address is not displayed on public records. Lord knows that you don't want your entire business out there for everybody to see where you live, and somehow or another, some people are crazy and they will come to your house. So don't put your personal business address as your home address. And also, on that same note, do not get a P.O. box, because it will not be accepted as an address either for the business address or for the mailing address. I have a UPS mailbox, and it's about $70 every 3 months. Step number 5, get your business an EIN through the IRS. This is really simple, and you will need this number in order to get your LLC registered. Also, your business EIN is actually your business social security number, and I have a step-by-step tutorial in my book, Candle Making Business Hacks, which I put up here or up here, and the book is right behind me, which you could download for free or purchase a paperback book through Amazon. The link will be in the description box. It's free for the state of Florida to get your EIN, but some states charge a fee. Step number 6. Depending on your state, before you get an LLC or after you get your LLC, you may need to get your DBA certificate in order to register your business with your state. In the state of Florida, you do not need to file for a DBA if you're planning to file your business as an LLC or sole proprietorship or corporation, and more on LLC and DBA later. If you're not planning to file for an LLC, then you should file your business as a DBA. Okay, so in order to file for your DBA, you must first advertise with your city's newspaper in the legal session, which is a legal notice to announce that you're opening a business. This is an old school law that legislators wanted to get rid of because people don't necessarily read newspapers as much as they used to, but because this is the law and it's still in effect, if you want to register your business as a DBA, this must be the step that you follow. And also, this step, I believe, is the same for many states. It might be different, but make sure that you check your state's DBA criteria in order for you to follow the correct steps. So in the state of Florida, this takes about 3 days to advertise it in the newspaper. I paid around $97.35 for this service in the state of Florida, and once published in the newspaper, then you can register to get your DBA. I believe this step again is standard, but make sure that you check with your local state DBA criteria to make sure that you're following it correctly. Getting your DBA in the state of Florida is $90 to file. Again, a DBA is not necessary to get if you want to file for an LLC, but it's good to have if you're a sole proprietorship. It also secures your business name and entity just in case someone claims your business as theirs. You have proof that you have been doing business as the name that you chose for your business way before that individual or individuals tried to claim it as theirs. Why a DBA first and not an LLC? Well, that is super simple, and it brings me to step numero 7. But before we get to step number 7, don't forget to hit that like button down below if you gained some knowledge from this video. Now, LLC filing, which is step number 7. The moment you're ready to launch, file for your LLC. And why? Because the moment you do this, then you're required by law to start paying for business taxes either quarterly or yearly. And even though you haven't made the sales yet, you still must report it to the IRS. If you're in a partnership with one or more persons, then you're a multi-member LLC, and in the state of Florida with a multi-member LLC, you must file a Schedule K-1, which will be sent to each member that owns part of the business, and the Form 1065 reports all income and expenses from each member. If you're a sole proprietorship, on the other hand, or a single member LLC in the state of Florida, then you must file a Schedule C along with your taxes. Either you're going to be doing this quarterly or yearly, or however you decide. The website that you decide to file for your LLC will let you know exactly if you can do the following step that you could do in the state of Florida. In this step, you can actually add the January 1st date of the following year on your paperwork so that filing for your taxes is delayed for 1 calendar year. If you're not ready to open the business yet, but you want to secure your business name or entity, then filing for your LLC January 1st of the following year is right for you. However, if you know that you won't be ready to start paying for taxes for the current year, which is 2020, or for the next year, which is 2021, or you're still in the pre-phase of not being sure if this is a profitable business or not, then go with the DBA option and be a sole proprietorship first. Once you're ready for your LLC, go online and begin the process to file for your LLC with your state. This is a step where you'll also need to use your post office mailbox so that you'll use that address as your registered agent or your RA. Make sure that you have a separate person as your RA, because according to Florida LLC filing, you can't use your business name as your RA, but you can use yourself as an RA, a legal representative, or anyone else, or any other business owner of your business if you are in a partnership. Oh, and by the way, in filing for electronically or by mail, the RA must give consent and electronically or physically sign that section. I don't recommend to use yourself as a RA, since you have to have business hours between 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, to receive important legal documents that must be signed if mailed to that address. Especially if you already have a 9 to 5 already and you're not going to be home for that time frame. If they are going to be sending something that needs to be signed for, then it's very good rule of thumb to use someone else, or to actually have a post office mailbox so that the clerk could sign off for that actual mail that needs to be signed. So that's why it's a good idea to have someone else be your RA, and especially if you want to have an actual mailbox. And as I said earlier, I also don't recommend being your own RA, because you'll have to put your home address as the RA, and this is public record information that everyone will have if they search for your business. So choose wisely who will be your RA. This service is roughly around $160 for the state of Florida if you're filing it yourself. If you're using a service, then this price may be more, or it can be a monthly charge. And I know there's websites out there or businesses out there that are registered agents specialists, and they will use their address as your business address or as your RA business address, so that they'll be able to be around to get your mail from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, if it needs to be signed. However, this service is not free, and they will charge you between $30 to $50. It all depends where you live and how much they charge and which business you choose to do your RA with. But you don't necessarily need them if you are already having your own RA as yourself, or as your business, or as someone else, and then you use that virtual mailbox or the post office mailbox, and you could do it that way, and then you only pay whatever your state charges. In the state of Florida is $160. Step number 8. Get a business bank account. Some banks require that you have your business registered in order to open a business bank account with your business name. Other banks will be okay with you just having documentations that your business is registered as a DBA. Watch my video, Do I Need a Business Bank Account, for more information and which banks are best for your small business. And in that video, I give you 5 banks that you could use for your small business. And those are very good, and that's the ones I do recommend because I did a lot of research, and those were the 5 that a lot of people recommended for small businesses as a startup bank. Step number 9. Get an accountant or use QuickBooks to keep accurate records of your spending. If you're good with numbers and spending, then you can keep your own business records using Excel spreadsheets. However, using Excel requires you to plug in mathematical equations in order to add, multiply, subtract, or divide your business earnings, losses, and everything else that is already accessible through QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a monthly fee. I'm not sure how much it is because I don't have that yet. However, I'll put it down in the description box so you'll know how much it is. Number 10. Save all your documents as soon as you receive them by mail or electronically in a binder or on your phone, but I recommend that you print them and you file them as you receive them, because you might forget where you save it, or you might forget that you had it, and you might lose it all over the place if you don't have it in one location. So it is the best to have it all printed when you receive it electronically, or when you receive it by mail, just hole punch it and put it in a binder, label it as legal documentations because you will be needing them in the future. And step number 11 is your business is officially legal. Yay! Congratulations. So if you have found this information useful and learned something from 11 steps to how to legally run your business, then don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to be notified of all my upcoming videos, and also of templates that I have created for free for you guys. The latest template that I have out now is the launch checklist, which will guide you to launching or relaunching your business. You can also check out my candle relaunch video, which I'll link in the description box below. It also helps other candle makers when you like and share this video, because YouTube will recommend it to them and to other candle makers so that they can enjoy and take advantage of this free, helpful content. So, hasta la próxima. Bye, mi gente bella.